This weekend was crazy, man. It really was. This is the first time we've had a LAN event with fans in.
Greatest comeback in the history of Call of Duty esports. It's the Minnesota Massacre.
It was kind of overwhelming. It felt a little foreign, I'll be honest. Not only because the environment was amazing. Okay, the fans were amazing. But for me personally, this was the first event where I was really just going to have fun. I mean, I was working, I was doing content for LAT, my own personal YouTube, but this is the first time I've been to an event where I wasn't competing. So that was weird, but it was just electric, man. The fans, I have to give a huge shout out to them.
Oh my God.
Because this was some of the best fans I've seen in Call of Duty in a long time. And it's just great to see, not only as a fan, but also for the players thriving off of that type of energy, just having a good time. Like, there's nothing like it. There was a lot of people that came up to me that I took photos with, and they were saying, Abel, this is my first ever event, my first ever LAN. And it was a great one. It was one for the history books. Now, in terms of the competition itself, there's a couple things I want to talk about. Some of the biggest winners, some of the biggest losers, I guess you could say, and just what I saw. First off, I don't think there can be a bigger winner than the Minnesota Rocker because they did win the event. They are the Stage 5 champions, had the greatest Call of Duty comeback in the history of Call of Duty. Honestly, it's probably one of the greatest comebacks in esports history, right? Being down 4-0 in the finals, not having any sort of advantage. Okay, going up against Toronto, and then being able to rattle off 5 straight in a dominant fashion. It was crazy to see. You guys probably saw my tweet when they were down 4-0 about giving away the 100T Gucci collab backpack. Didn't give it away. Everyone got finessed. I'm sorry. If you want to call me scammer. But I think I helped Minnesota. I really just think I sent absolute good juju out, and they were able to do something miraculous. But Minnesota looked great, man, and I'm proud. I'm happy for the boys. I love P-Dog, my guy Dill. I don't really know Major Maniac and Standy that much, but I love to see them succeed. You know, I love for that team to have success, and they played great all weekend, realistically. And I think them going down 4-0 and making that comeback, not taking anything away from Toronto, mainly because of how the format is. I don't ever think that a team coming in to the finals through winners bracket should be at such a disadvantage as teams are this year. I've talked about it a couple times in past videos, and you guys have probably seen other pros, other people around the scene talking about it. They need to have an advantage. A team coming from losers bracket needs to win two series. There has to be something. There has to be something, because if not, with how the formatting and the schedule is, like Toronto, they catch fire, okay? Because they play from top 3, or what is it, top 4, top 3, like they play 2 series potentially, and then the team that is sitting, they're just waiting around, and they can't practice versus any other team. All the other teams are knocked out. Like, Minnesota was literally warming up versus their coaches. So I really hope going into next year something changes with that, because I think that's unbelievable. I know Toronto had they had a breakdown. Toronto had a monumental collapse, but I do think that they were winners in their own right. You know, they got second. Their consistency's been unbelievable. They definitely have to be one of the favorites going into champs. I hope that they can regain quickly, because champs is right around the corner. And I know that loss sucks, but they made it there, and they beat a lot of the top teams. They looked really good. Insight looked phenomenal. So hopefully they can just kind of have short-term memory loss and forget about what went on. Another big winner, and this could be a hot take, but just coming from personal experience as a competitor, I think this event, depending on how they react to it now, could be really influential for FaZe. And I think that they could come out as a winner. What I mean by that, and I've said it multiple times, they have a lot of pressure on them, right? A lot of people are saying, hey, this is the next dynasty. They win champs. They're a dynasty. But they also are going to be a little egotistical. And that just comes with the territory. I'm not pinpointing the players on the team itself. They have probably the best coach in the game in Crowder. It comes with the territory. Like I said, when you're winning everything, you're going to think you're invincible. Sometimes you got to get punched in the mouth. So I know they lost and they didn't look good. They got what, 5th, 6th, or 7th, 8th. I know that they shouldn't have lost to a team like Seattle, right? They played poorly. I'm not giving excuses for them, but sometimes you need a little taste of reality. You need a little taste of, hey, we can lose to any team if we're not playing the correct way, right? You get a little too overzealous, too cocky, too arrogant, and you got to get punched in the mouth. And we've seen it happen before with plenty of top teams. So if they take this L, I think it's going to be huge for them. It's going to get their mind right. They're going to realize, hey, we're not invincible, and we can win champs. They still have the first seed. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is only a small road bump for them if they go about it the right way. But I think they will. They're all champions. They know how to handle it. In terms of biggest losers, though, from the tournament, guys, I think it's got to be Seattle Surge, because they looked good. They looked great. They beat FaZe, very close series versus Optic, much better on LAN than online. And while I will say this, it isn't the LAN to online difference. There is a difference, but it's not like it was in the past. Nowadays, it really is just on the passion and the mentality of the players. So no matter which way you want to cut it, in my opinion, like I said, there is a difference still. But I can tell you, I know for a fact that all the players on Seattle, Gunless, Pristini, Classic, Octane, they go harder in a LAN environment. Okay, they're not the only team like that. Slasher's another player. It's just impossible for him to match his effort online compared to LAN. And then when you have the crowd involved too, and you're feeding off that energy, the hypeness, right? It's a completely different ballgame. But with that said, Seattle looked very good. I think if this whole year was on LAN, there were fans, Seattle would be in the top 8. I do believe that. So it's unfortunate that we're not going to be able to see them at champs. Their year is over, and we don't really know what's going to happen to some of the players on the team next year, you know, if they're going to get a spot or not. And so that sucks, because we've seen it now from 2 stages where they have beaten the teams that they are supposed to beat on paper, and they've been able to match up versus the top dogs on LAN and even beat them. So it sucks to see that, especially for my boy Sam, but it is what it is. You know, the CDL's doing everything they can. Another one, and this is going to be a hot take, but CJ, if you can go back and find a clip of me saying this to help me out here. And I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. I truly think this is Optic's tournament to lose. It's got to be Optic for me. And that's because I thought this was their tournament to lose, guys. I did. They've had a lot of unfortunate situations happen this year. Okay, we don't need to go through them, but CJ might throw them up on screen.
It's going to be attached, trying to rally across. He's going to hit Xyz. Scuff is just holding. Scuff is just holding. Wins the fight. Accuracy, though, they line up. They line up for accuracy, and he wins it. Are you kidding? Accuracy with the ice.
Are you kidding me? The nade hits formal. The first blood on Envoy. Oh my goodness. Look at this. They were all together.
This major was the first major where they got first seed in their group. They had that bye. They didn't have any of those unfortunate scenarios. They're going to LAN, right? They talked about it. Oh, we're on LAN. They had the fans. All right. Fans were going crazy for Optic. It was awesome to see. They had everything going right for them. And they still couldn't make it to the finals. Obviously, their placing's nothing to be upset about. But I'm saying the biggest loser in the sense of this was it. Like, I wanted to see what they're really made of. As I've talked about this too, is like, people ask me about my power rankings, which I'm going to do another video. And it will be my updated power rankings. But there's a difference from being able to consistently get top 4, top 3 in a year and actually win an event. Okay? Is 2 completely different things. I've been on both sides of that, where I've had teams that we've been top 4, top 4, top 4, top 4, top 3, but we could never win an event. We could never. And that is what I'm worried about. I wanted to see Optic be in the finals, win this major, to prove to everyone that they have a legitimate shot at champs. And you saw Minnesota do it. So we know what Minnesota's ceiling is. You know what I'm saying? Optic, I think they just fell short. Honestly, it wasn't an individual thing or anything like that. I don't know. I think they can't put it together right now. I hope I'm wrong, right? Because I know y'all are going to say I hate Optic. Scump's probably going to be in my thumbnail. Okay, whatever. I don't know if they have enough to get them across the finish line. And then I have two other losers that I'm just going to combo together. And that's LAT and the Mutineers. Obviously, for slightly different reasons and some of the same. I think the biggest thing is LAT and Florida, they were fighting for that winners bracket spot in champs alongside Minnesota, right? And unfortunately, Minnesota won the event. So they're in winners bracket. Florida and LAT will be starting from losers bracket at champs. If they lose once, they're done. Florida's looked very, very average on land. LAT, I feel like it's been hit or miss. I thought they looked pretty solid. You know, I thought they were going to go up 2-0 versus Empire. Shotzi had a crazy 1v3. Empire was able to close that series out 3-1. But it's going back to the whole format. I don't agree with the format at all. And I'm not saying that because LAT is in this situation, just in general, not even for champs. In all these stages, right? The team who gets first in their group, they get the bye. If you get top 3, you're in winners bracket. 4, 5, 6, you're in losers. I don't like that. For example, we'll use FaZe. If they were to go into an event, okay, and play the 6-seeded team, no team starting loser bracket over it, they're going to win that series 99 out of 100 times. Right? I don't think there should be a bye. When you look at all sport, look at the NBA. Team gets the first seed, they don't get a bye. They don't get a bye. They play the 8th seed because realistically they're going to win. But if they don't, there's upset potential, there's storyline potential. And I know some of you guys might comment about the NFL and how, you know, that you get a bye, you're not on the wild card or whatever. I don't like that. I personally don't like that. And also football's a little different because it's only one game. It's not a series. So I think that's kind of apples to oranges. But then going to champs especially. All right, let FaZe, who is the first seed, play Florida. Florida's the 8th seed. FaZe should beat them 99 out of 100 times. You know, I don't know why they switched it to this. It really doesn't make sense. But it puts, not Minnesota, it puts Florida, it puts LAT in a bad spot because you can't afford to lose. You know, you could still have a loser's bracket run, but it's just not, it don't hit the same. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't hit the same at all. But overall, guys, I thought this event was a major success. I'm so excited for champs, man. I think the fans were the real winners here. The fans were the real winners because LAN Call of Duty with the fans, there is not much better. There is not much better. It was electric all weekend. I'm sure maybe some of you guys watched my vlog. Sorry, my voice is really giving out. But it was just amazing. It was amazing. And I know everyone loved it, man. CDL did a fantastic job doing their best, putting everything, or getting everything ready. Blah, blah, blah. I know the CDL did everything that they possibly could to make sure everything was good to go and it was smooth. And I had a blast. I had so much fun meeting all the fans, taking all the pics, just chopping it up, man. Because y'all are some real ones. So I do appreciate that. I think I took more photos in Dallas this past weekend than I ever did as a player. And I don't know why. Maybe a lot of you guys hated me as a player, which is fair. Aww. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Just wanted to do a little bit of a recap, some takeaways, my opinions on some of the teams, some of the biggest winners, losers, overall format, and how the event was as a whole. But it was a blast. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate y'all as always. I'm going to see y'all when I see y'all. Deuces.